So I now give the floor to Dr. Tanja Perko. Tanja Perko, she's, apart from a very good friend of mine, we see each other now every day, which is great, and a collaborator in many European and international projects. Tanja she was previously a journalist, and she's a researcher now at the Institute of Environment, Health and Safety of the Belgian Nuclear Research Center, CKCEN, based in Mol. She's also a lecturer at the University of Antwerp, and we also share responsibilities in another organization, which is the platform on social sciences and humanities in ionizing radiation, called SHARE. So Tanja is the vice president of SHARE, and I'm the secretary of SHARE as well. So it's a pleasure to have Tanja with us, who today is going to talk about a new study on public knowledge and perceptions and views about decommissioning, showing us the case of Belgium. Thanks a lot, Tanja. The floor is yours.
Thank you everybody to give me this opportunity. I believe that Mary will share my presentation because she needs to have a control over my time. I always speak too much, but this time I promise that I will be really straight to the point.
Exactly.
So I will speak about the public perceptions, views and opinions about the decommissioning. And Mary is looking for the presentation.
It should be shown now.
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay,
no.
Sorry.
No problem.
Now. Yeah.
Yes, it's coming. Good.
So many things.
Almost,
okay.
Almost. It's not the PPT, Mary.
No, it is.
No, it's your Dropbox and your files.
Really? So then okay. Let me again, too many things open.
Yes, yes, good, okay. Maybe you can give it to, yeah, fantastic. Okay, next slide. So I already introduced myself, Mary introduced me, but I would like to say, where do I come from? So me and my co-authors, we all work at the Belgium Nuclear Research Center, where we have more than 25 years of experiences with decommissioning and dismantling. We collected those experiences from the different research reactors, from the different ventilation and underground labs, glove boxes, and so. But also we own the BR3 reactor in Belgium, which is BR3, it's Belgium reactor 3, which is in the commissioning process now, and we are running a model to calculate the costs for this. So we have a lot of technical experiences in Belgium Nuclear Research Center. Next slide. Before I continue with this presentation, I would like just to put you a bit in the Belgian context. So to remind you, probably you know, but anyway, in Belgium, we have three nuclear facilities with more reactors, and the end of date of when these reactors will go offline, they are approaching really fast. Here on the table on the right side, you see that we have the final dates for many of them is 2025. So, and the Belgium reactor 3, this is where I work, where we collect these decommissioning experiences. Yes, at this moment, our colleagues, they are busy with the major concrete cleaning work. So they are busy with the concrete cleaning work, but the remaining tasks at the end is only still to demolition the full building. When this done, this will be the first complete decommissioning of pressurized water reactor in Europe. Next slide. However, as I said, we are social scientists, and why is this important? Because there is not the decommissioning as already we could see from the Swedish presentation, it's not only technical issue, but it's also socio-economic and political issue. For instance, in Belgium now, we are just before the public consultation on the environmental impact assessment of the extension of the lifetime of two reactors, DUL 1 and DUL CO2. And the people around the Belgium will be invited to give their view, their opinion through this public consultation from April to June this year. And as you can see below this slide, there is a lot of parliamentary questions, not only on the federal or local levels, but also on the European level. Media, they put a lot of focus on decommissioning, but also nuclear non-governmental organizations, for instance, Greenpeace, they have a say about these things. Next slide. And that's why I'm so happy that Belgium Nuclear Research Center has a strong group of social scientists where we investigate also public knowledge, perceptions, and views about the decommissioning. We have a really nice tool. We develop really nice tool, public opinion survey, which goes on which is repeated every 2 years. So we are able to follow the trend in Belgium society. And I must say that this tool is really scientific, methodological. It's randomly chosen people that they are representative for Belgian population. And whenever I will say in my further presentation that that citizens of Belgium, these are really representative citizens of Belgium, so we can generalize these results. Okay, next slide. So what we can see in the newest presentation, the newest results, they are just really fresh, still warm for you. This is the first presentation that I give from this public opinion survey that was conducted, finished only now end of January. So we can see that there is a huge information gap related to the decommissioning. 1 out of 2 Belgians have never thought about what happens with nuclear power plant after it has permanently stopped producing nuclear energy. So as you can see on the first slides, all nuclear power plants, they will stop the latest 2025, but the Belgians, they don't think about it. Only 8% of Belgians consider themselves to be informed about this, what happened with nuclear power plants when they permanently stop producing nuclear energy. However, 82% of Belgians would take time and read a news article related to what happens with those nuclear power plants. So there is a huge information gap, and people are willing to follow the information about the decommissioning. However, from some or another reason, they don't have this opportunity. Then in our questionnaire, we'll also ask our respondents, in your opinion, what should happen with Belgium nuclear power plant after they have permanently stopped producing nuclear energy? Here, I would like first to focus you on the right side of the slide with the answering categories. So we offer them the following answering categories: removal of all traces of nuclear power plant and its activities. Second possibility was reuse of parts of the installations, for instance, its foundation for other non-nuclear nor industrial purposes. Then the third answer was site reuse for activities involving radioactive materials, for instance, storage of nuclear waste. And the fourth answer was carry out the necessary work so that the site is preserved in a safe way for many decades until the remaining radioactivity decays. And then, of course, others and also I don't know answer. As you can see now on your left side, this donut that is presented, the purple is the biggest one. What is the purple? We can see that most of the people, 35% of the people in Belgium would like that we carry out only the necessary works, that the site is preserved in a safe way for many decades until the remaining radioactivity decays, followed with a site reuse for activities involving radioactive materials, for instance, storage of nuclear waste. So these results are really surprising. For people that they don't follow this trend, we could find them also in previous editions, and they somehow support more on-site disposal. Only 17% of the population pleads for removal of all traces for nuclear power plants and its activities. So this is for the Belgian population. Here I want to point out that this is really cultural and political dependent. So you need to have your own research to see what your voters, what your citizens would like to see. Then we ask whether we wanted to ask citizens more about what do they think about the decommissioning. But for the public opinion survey, you need to frame the questions really clearly. And we saw that there are two terms that they are miscommunicated or misinterpreted. And these are decommissioning and dismantling. So we clarified this with this term, which we took from the law, and we made it a bit simpler. We said after they have permanently stopped producing nuclear energy, nuclear power plants must be decommissioned. This entails 4 steps: dismantling of the installation, dismantling of the infrastructure, the remediation and clearance of the buildings, and the demolition of those buildings. After these steps, the radioactivity is only present in the form of traces. So now it was clarified what decommissioning is. Next slide. And then, based on this, we were able to ask there if there is an initiative to involve citizens in the decision-making process concerning decommissioning of nuclear power plant in Belgium, offered at flexible dates and hours, and anybody could participate. To what extent would you like to do so? And we offered them many options. We offered them to choose, I don't want to participate, here on the left side. I want to receive information about the power plant to be decommissioned. And then I want to receive information and express my opinion. I want to participate in a dialogue towards a decision, and the highest level of engagement, I want to be an active partner in decision-making process. Here, for all mayors, you are pink circle here. You are decision makers, and here you can be presented visually you as in this pink bubble, and you can see what is your role in all these levels of engagement. Okay, so let's see what people answered. Most people answered that they want to receive an information and express their opinion. Then 25%, I want to receive information about the power plant to be decommissioned. 22%, they said, I don't want to participate. However, 12% of people, they want to be more involved in decision making. They want to participate in dialogue. So you need to create dialogues for this 12% of people. And also they want to contribute to the decision. Yesterday, Mary, when we saw this, she said, but this is only 12%. I said, for 5%, you can go in the parliament or you're out of the parliament. So don't ignore this 12% of people that they want to be your partners. And then, oh, not yet, Mary, not yet. And then, because we know we are social scientists and we know that attitude differs from the real behavior. We have a positive attitude toward the charity. Everybody agrees that the charity is good, but who really gives the money for the charity? So that's why we said, let's investigate this a bit deeper. So this, if there is an initiative, is really more abstract. Let's ask people, and now go to the slide. Let's ask people, let's manipulate them a bit. And we said, for half of the population, we said, currently there is an initiative. Would you like to write your name on the list so that you can be involved in the decision-making process? So, and then at the end of the question, we told them that this is fake, that it's not true. But here, at this moment, the citizens were asked, do you want to put your name on it? So really actual behavior. What we can see in blue, that immediately more people didn't want to participate anymore. However, and also that the I want to receive information and express an opinion is much lower. However, those that they wanted to collaborate with you, that they wanted to be your partner in decisions related to commissioning, stays the same. Okay, so next slide. So to conclude, Public has the right to be involved in the commissioning process, although they are not well informed and have difficulties to make informed decisions. Majority of citizens are willing to spend time to get informed, but not to be engaged at the higher level. However, there are people who wish to be your partners in decision making related to the commissioning process. So our advice would be get informed what your residents know and feel about the commissioning. Don't rely on your assumptions, but make a really nice study like we did it here in Belgium. And then investigate how they wish to be informed and engage in the process of the commissioning. And of course, start communicating and engaging about this complex socio-technical process of the commissioning with your residents. Through this process, you will learn a lot from your residents, but also you get an opportunity to influence the decisions and also to learn to teach the residents as well about the decommissioning. Thank you so much.